I may or may not be a sociopath. Honestly, I don't even know what the true meaning of this word means, but I find it very hard to socialize with people. Like, right from time, I have social anxiety. I just find it very, very hard to socialize with people. And I don't really know where this stemmed from, but I used to be very, very introvert. I like to keep to myself like all the time. Ever since I could remember, I've always liked to be indoors and all by myself. Sometimes I just even stay away from my siblings. I don't know. I don't know if this is the reason or if it has to do with me being highly sensitive, having big feelings, big emotions, being an empath, just being sensitive all round, and or maybe it's just because of the kind of experiences I've had. Recently, I find myself thinking, was I reincarnated from somewhere and I don't even know what happened in my past life? Because I just find myself being a sad girl sometimes. I find myself feeling too deeply, too intensely. One time, my brother told me, don't always feel things too much. Like, don't always internalize things. Like, I wish. Like, oh, now that you're telling me, yeah, like, I really wish I don't always feel things this bad. Like, I even feel bad about feeling bad sometimes, feel bad about being so sensitive at times. And in terms of my experience, this circles back to just being a girl child. Honestly, like, being a woman can make or break you. Maybe if you're lucky to have good family where you grew up from, and I don't know, maybe if you're lucky to be rich, if you're lucky to be, I don't even know, because honestly being a woman is just genuinely not it. And also family background, where you come from, can also have like a huge role to play in your life, your upbringing and everything. And why am I saying all this? Recently I find myself thinking, am I really the bad person? Am I really the bad guy? Am I really the villain in people's story? Because I find myself feeling so, I mean, right from time I've had these experiences. I've spoken about them severally, about how I always feel neglected, people stay away from me, people don't want to be my friends. And then when I start staying to myself, all of a sudden someone is out there wanting to be my friend, but I'm no longer interested. And then I feel like the bad person, I feel like the snob, I feel like the proud person. And I've just sat down because, you know, in this life, sometimes when you want something and you can't get it, you pull back, you try to stop wanting that thing. I mean, there's a saying that says, go after everything you want in life except love and death. Those two things come at the right time. No matter how you chase love, you know, it just comes when you least expect, according to the saying. And also death, no matter how you chase, go after death. I don't know what that really means, but maybe just has to be with, like, don't go after things that is clearly doesn't belong to you. I don't know, but emphasis on the fact that I've had friends that I was not ready to let go. I just feel like we could still be friends forever, but for some reasons they just stopped liking me. They just went out of my life without no notice, without no reason. And you know, and sometimes I relate this with my family, whatever too, because some things can actually be like maybe hereditary or just a family thing. For example, there was a time we had this relationship with a neighbor, like a friend, a family friend. I could say she's a family friend because she's closer with like my sister, my mom. We all are family friends. Like, we know our husband, our kids, we play together, we stay together. But sometimes she just like, all of a sudden she just pulled back and was so distant. And you know, we would go home and talk about it. I saw mommy so just now, and the way she just reacted, like she does not even want to say hi. And you know, and then we asked her one time that, what's up, what's going on, why has our relationship gone sour like this? And she's like, nothing, you know, this is da. And there was at that point, you know, my parents were going through their divorces. There was like a lot of rumors about my families all over the place. I really don't know if it has to do anything with that, but she knew about everything that was going on in our family, and she actually even accommodated us at a time. I mean, things didn't really go well at some point, and I always tell my mom to actually just appreciate the fact that, you know, this woman is helping us out, and not, you know, just be careful. So I really don't know what could have gone wrong, but Honestly, I feel like everybody says communication, communication, until it's time to actually communicate. And being the kind of person I am, I would say I won't really falter, because sometimes when I also find out some things about some people, I feel like you can't even fix the relationship and you just have to let them go. Plain and cool. You don't have to tell them this is what you did, because some people know what they actually did, and the apology is actually worthless at that point. They will just apologize. Meanwhile, they don't even care, and they might even do worse to you next time. So honestly, I'm not trying to falter. I'm just saying this is kind of experiences I've had over the time with people that made me just pull out of that, okay, trying to make friends, trying to have relationships. I was just, kind of hopeless at the point. But it's like kicking out on me sometimes, the way people make me feel like maybe I try so much to now sabotage whatever relationship I have with people, just so we don't get to the level where they leave me first, because sometimes I just don't always know why. But in cases whereby, okay, there was a guy I was with, I was not really with him, he was trying to date me, and I found out he had a girlfriend. And then he asked me a question and said, what if tomorrow I stop talking to you? Would you say I led you on? These kind of things make me so frustrated, because how can things be going well between you and somebody and you already had it planned out in your mind that, okay, one day I'm going to leave this person? But I feel like that's just how men usually are in their relationships. Like, they never stay, and that's why they always say enjoy your time with a man, because tomorrow he has moved on to the next person. This thing actually traumatizes humans, because you want to sit down and think, whatever did I do to this person that made them feel like they're going to leave me? Abandonment issue aside, there are cases where people travel out of the country because they have to, not because, okay, they want to abandon somebody, not because, okay, oh, my friend, I have to leave the country for greener pastures. I have to chase, to go after a better life, not because, oh, I'm tired of you, so I'm running away from this country. No. But some people make you feel like, oh, they're just coming into your life to use you, to experience you, and then that mindset is sick. It's not supposed to be a normal thing, but there are lots of crazy things that we humans have actually normalized. So these are the kind of things that I feel like I always try to avoid. Like, why? Because they let go when I'm still holding on. Like, why? If this relationship is what, the craziest part is that some of these people now come back in the future to try to come into my life again. That traumatizes me, because now I'm the crazy person, I'm the worthless person, I'm the evil bitch that does not want to accept you back into my life when I already moved on from you. And me feeling so rigid on that part, feeling like this is what everybody does to me. I want to ask myself if I am cursed. I want to feel as if I am not cursed. Even if I'm cursed, I need to move accordingly. I isolate. What do? I isolate. I stop trying to get too close to people, because in the end, I'm the one with the big feelings. I'm the one that sit down at 3 a.m. crying my eyes out, wondering why I'm never enough for anybody. I'm the one that feel that way. So it is not even the fact that I try to sabotage every relationship, or I try to ruin every good thing that is going on in my life. No, I only do that when people show me that they are not here to stay in my life. I just feel like, let's cut it off. After this very same experience, another one came into my life again. And then after we started getting close, he said one day we are too close. He wants space. Oh my God. And then that brought back memories, and I started traumatizing him. After he came back, I gave him the space, and some things led to another, and he started trying to pull me back in again. And honestly, we had disaster, as whatever it is was going on between us, and I made sure in my own possible way to actually traumatize him back, because if not for you, this thing could have been going well. You are literally leading me on. You started doing things that you would do in a relationship with somebody. You literally started leading me on, making me feel wanted, making me feel, then you pull back so people know what they're doing, literally. And when they tell you to forgive, okay, maybe because of your own peace of mind, I don't know, talking about revenge is their self, being themselves, whatever. Honestly, I keep saying it, if you can take revenge on people, you have to do that. Maybe, just maybe, they won't go around messing up people's lives, because you're traumatized, I'm traumatized. We came from different homes. I don't know what went wrong in your home. I know what went wrong in my own home. You don't know what went wrong in my home. So me coming with my whole trauma, I've given millions of people, that's an exaggeration, but I'm trying to say like lots of people, definitely, like the benefit of doubt. I don't want to bring the wound from my past into a fresh cut, like a fresh what's it called, so I don't bleed on, innocent people. I've tried to do that so many times, but I still end up being hurt. I still end up being taken for a dump hole. I still end up being taken for a ride. My intelligence keeps being played upon, and then I just told myself enough is enough. Sometimes I just try to hurt people back. Once you lie to me, and I know that I've never lied to you for no fucking reason, I make it my life mission now to actually lie to you unnecessarily. And I don't care why. I don't care when I hurt you or what I hurt you for, because you did not care when you hurt me. Like unnecessary lies, unnecessary deceits, leading people on, making them feel wanted this moment and the next moment. This thing fucks with people's head. Everybody wants to come around and talk about, I don't know, people tell men to go to therapy and all that, but like, okay, just get over yourself. Just get over it. You can't tell someone to just get over it. All fun and games until you're the one going through the same thing. It is very easy to tell somebody, oh, don't be this way, don't be that way, until you actually experience what they experienced. Life is cool for some people. Some people came from generational wealth. They don't have to struggle. No matter what they do, everything goes smoothly for them. While it is the opposite for other people. As much as they try, Yoruba used to say something, Ishe Kolowo. It is not the amount of work you do in this life that will give you money. Billionaires have people that, it is literally millions of people that their labor brings billions in for them. They are literally billionaires because they are corrupt, they are rude people, they are evil people, they are demons. I don't even want to go into that right now, but my point is that whatever it is your experiences, it's just like you, whatever benefits you, and and a lot of people honestly are not good people. A lot of people honestly are not good people. Half of the world now needs religion to put them in place. Men in general needs laws to tell them not to marry kids, not to get married to kids, not to sleep with babies. You don't need religion to tell you that this is right from wrong. My conscience beats me up so many times in so many cases where I want to be this, where I want to be that. My conscience makes me feel so horrible, like, oh, what if this is done to you? And that's my philosophy of life. That has been my philosophy of life. That has been the way I actually cope with my life. The reason why I internalize a lot of things is because I would never do such to you. I was making my research and then I found something that said, okay, people don't live by your own very, philosophy or whatever. Okay, I agree. But I feel like even these people chasing religion, if you truly love your neighbor as yourself, there are so many things that would not be happening in this world. And so many people still don't want to believe that God does not exist. Your prayers are not being answered because God does not exist. God does not exist. That's another story on the side. But the most important part is that, a lot of things happens because we humans allow it happen. And even if there is that man in heaven, there is that man in the sky, this world will not be the way it is. The world is the way it is because there is no God. There is nothing like that. Most of our leaders are men that can't control themselves when they see women. I don't know who made them leaders. Most of our leaders, most of our opposite gender have womb envy. They are mad at the fact that women are pretty, women are the way they are. A worse horrible woman is the average man. Men are like horrible, disgusting people. Like, they literally have womb envy and they hate women for no reason. I'm still here thinking sometimes that even the womb envy shouldn't get to that point, because I feel like every gender have their own uniqueness to them. It's just like me envying a guy because he has a stable job, male privilege, before they can employ me, they've already employed a guy because, okay, he has families to feed, or just because he's a male and he needs to buy a car, he needs to do all this, he needs to do all that. For example, I've been toiling all my life, I've worked as a cleaner, I've worked as a nanny, I've worked like lots of jobs, and in some of my jobs I've been harassed, I've been raped, I've been used, I've been abused, and it is not like that for some people. No matter what I do, even when I started trying out businesses and I have to say the fact that I also just hate people at this point. I hate people and I hide myself away from people because all my problems can be traced back to people that have come into my life to just try to ruin my life. Honestly, I don't know what they see that I don't see, but people obsess themselves with me. That's not new already. And some people try as much as possible to ruin my life for no reasons. I don't know. My problem can actually be traced back. When I was working, my boss didn't let me. I lost my job and then have to tell my mom that, they had to let us go for some reasons. Meanwhile, it was my boss that was trying to sleep with me at that age. And now people just see me as a worthless child, as a lazy person, because I don't really want to work. I don't want to work under people because that's not who I am. I'm trying to build my brand, my self brand, being an influencer. My identity still got stolen, and right now I'm just not a big fan of people, because I feel like if people let me be what I want to be, I'm definitely going to come out, at the top. I'm definitely going to shine without people trying to obstruct my light. And it's just always people in my business, it's just always people trying to make me feel bad for leaving. Even when I leave people alone, they don't leave me alone. Like now, it's just people trying to steal my, just like, should I say, trying to steal my destiny, because I don't even want to bring it back to the case of stolen identity and everything. But I could say right now that that's one of like my top problems of why I'm not able to do anything, because in reality I don't even have enough qualification to work. The country I am doesn't pay workers well. I just don't want to work. I want to be a self-made person, but they're still not letting me do that, and it's just like a lot of things. So tell me, even if I become a sociopath, even if I'm really a psychopath as people always say that I am, tell me if it's not worth it, because people are actually the way they are because of their experience. People are actually the way they are because of the things they've gone through. People are traumatizing me right now. Human beings are traumatizing me. And I feel like sometimes I always feel like I need my own planet. I know that's impossible, but like, humans will always just be humans' problems. Some people, I don't even know if it's because their life is miserable. I don't even know. But like, I don't think I've been that way to anybody. I can just have this healthy level of jealousy. I can envy people, and I can envy your life for being easy and all that, but I won't try to sabotage you. I won't try to just sit down and think about it, like, what have I done to actually hurt other people that would make me deserve this? And to think that bad people actually get away with a lot of things, even people that hurt people every day, they don't even go through so much hurt themselves, and some just use that as an excuse just to be a menace to the society, a menace to the world and to themselves. And I don't know, because I don't understand what joy you derive from treating people the way you do. I had to leave jobs a lot of times because of men, and then I went into the adult industry briefly, and it was just like, oh, that 1 to 2 years that you've ruined your life, that 1 to 2 years that you've used to do this kind of business. And that's the only thing that actually worked for me in everything I've done in my life. Till now, I've still not found my place, and I'm still rolling, I'm still toiling around the earth. And it's not just exaggeration, me saying, okay, I don't even want to exist anymore at this point, because there's nothing I do that you people would not try to make a problem for me. When I did not even have that identity that brought in a lot of money, nobody knew me, but I still had men chasing after me at a very young age, telling me that I'm trying to get me pregnant, trying to put a baby into me, trying to sit me down, trying to limit my life, trying to do a lot of things for me. So I'm sorry if I'm not a big fan of human beings right now. I'm sorry if I hide away from human beings. I'm sorry if I don't want to make friends. If I don't want to I'll just be going on my run, and men will be trying to talk to me. What are you trying to talk to me for? What do you want my number for? I've had men in my past. I've had so many men, and yes, it is all men. How did it end? It ended with me having traumas, ended with me having nightmares, ended with me feeling worthless, feeling like I am nothing, coming second option to everybody, being with someone that is telling me that, oh, I'm not with you because, I don't have a future with you. I don't see any future with you. It doesn't work that way because that's my dream girl that left me. I'm with you because of her. She left me, and that's why I'm with you. Nobody choosing me as the dream girl. Nobody seeing me as the finest and whatever. And honestly, I'm not even trying to get back to anybody. I know I'm working on myself for my own self. I'm not the same person I was last year. I'm not the same person I was last month. Working on myself. Even if I get to my full potential and nobody still chooses me, I'm satisfied with my life. I'm so happy with the way I am. Even though on one side, I still feel like offing myself, because nothing a woman does is ever easy. And like, now I see why they always say this: try living in a woman's world. Honestly, it's either you just succumb to the patriarchy, to the male violence and everything. We wake up every day seeing that one woman has been killed by her husband. So many violence against women. In that same world, you try to survive, you try to live, and even when I went into the business, with no emotions, with no feelings. I still met men that made it feel like, okay, it is because I'm this way, that's why I'm not finding the one, which is not true, because I've been innocent all my life, and just this few seconds, just this few moments, I feel like, okay, let's all do business, because men are businessmen. If you're not worth anything to them, they won't even approach you in the first place, but they already see potentials in you, they already see something they can take and use. So okay, let's transact. When you take yours, I take mine too. So they want to make it feel like that's the reason why I'm not meeting someone, and at this point I don't even care anymore. But they always try to twist things around. Men never really try to agree with women. If you say it is hey, they will say it is Z, even if they know that it is actually A. And it is just so frustrating. So most people that also try to be my friends, some people don't even have good intentions. In fact, I've been on that Twitter for years trying to make friends with people. I created a group of friends and they started gossiping behind my back. They just kicked me out of the group that I created and made it feel like they just used me to bring themselves together. I never really fit anywhere. I never really belong anywhere. And I stopped trying. The moment I stopped trying, everybody wants to be my friend. And that moment I stopped trying, I started working on myself. I started trying to get my bag. I started trying to get my money. Recently now, I started working on my health, started working on a lot of things. And that's when people know that they want to come close to you, but only for benefits, only for things that I don't know what to say. And I noticed the withdrawal of so many people when things went bad for me. Like, people are not really real friends like that. It is hard to actually know who is for or who is against you. I don't know how to put that in English, but life is actually hard and life really sucks sometimes. You know, I see why they say you have to create your own happiness, because if you depend on life, if you depend on people, you can't even depend on the parents that brought you into this world to be happy. You can't depend on anybody. Once in a while, you just have to do things for your own self that brings you joy, little joys. And even at that, I'm so scared to be happy sometimes, because the next moment disaster strikes and then I wonder why I'm even existing in the first place. I wonder why I'm even alive. So yes, I don't know, I'm not diagnosed, but if you call me a psychopath, I agree. If you call me a sociopath, I agree. Whatever name you choose to call me because of the way that I am, I agree. I just know that there's nothing you do in this life that would ever satisfy humans. So I have chosen to, live my life the way that I want.